here is the review of Transformers Universe Tankor, or he's also known as Octane, however you want to call him. But I'm going to go ahead and call him Octane, because clearly this is supposed to be Octane here. So, as you can see, oh, and he's also another part of the triple changers. And this is his first mode, which is a plane mode. And as you can see, it does look great, but it does have some issues to it. Like, well, from the top it does look great, but from the sides you can clearly see that there's some robot kibble in here. And also he has this blue thing here, which is also weird. And on the bottom, he does clean up really well on the bottom, but as you can see, he does have some wheels here and here peeking out, and these two things here that are also peeking out on the back. And the way he rolls in plane mode is he rolls on these three wheels here. Oh, and another thing that I have a problem with him in vehicle mode is the back piece here doesn't lock in anywhere. I wish that there was something to lock it in place, but there isn't. And these four propellers do spin. And he does have these guns here on the sides that attaches to his wings, but you can remove them. And display him without them. First, I have to move up his wings. But you can display him without his wings. And the way these guns attach to him is they attach to these holes into these pegs here. And he does have some blue paint on the windows and also some black and purple paint on the wings and some more black and purple on the tail fin, along with some white paint. And that's about it. And overall, the play mode is okay. Because from the top it does look great, but from the sides and the bottom it kind of likes fall apart, because you can see that there's some like robot stuff on the sides, along with this blue thing here on the sides and on the bottom. So now let's get him into his next mode, which is called the like truck mode, or the tanker truck. Because again, like I already told y'all, he's one of the triple changers. So to get him into his tanker truck mode, you want to come to the back here, flip up these back wings here, and then bring up the whole entire back piece. Then separate the back in half. And it taps into this black tab into this hole, and this hole goes into that peg right there. And this tab and this hole here goes into this tab and this hole. So once these are separated, you can now extend these out and rotate them around, and then slide these back down. Now you're going to take halves of the cab here and bring them up. So they look like this. But don't tap these together yet, because you do want to bring this back just a little bit. Because you do want to take his wings here and flip them up, and they're both geared together. So when you bring up one wing, the other wing will flip up. And now you can bring this back up. And these two are gonna tap together with the wings. And the way the cab, well, the way halves of the cab here and the wings tap together is this peg and this hole goes into this peg and that hole, and the wings tap into these pegs here into these holes on the wings. Now you're going to take this piece here and bring it up and on the inside here, you're going to take these here and flip them up and now for the nose cone of the plane, you're gonna separate it in half, and then you're gonna swing them around on these joints here. And this tab here is going to go into, well, these tabs on both of these is going to go into these holes here. And we're almost done. The last thing we need to do is we need to take these guns that were for the plane mode, and these are going to attach to these holes on both sides to make like smokestacks. And there is his tanker truck mode. And yeah, as you can already tell, that this looks really bad. The only part that does look like a truck, well, the only part that does look like a truck is the front. But the back is just a mess. But Repro Labels does have a sticker sheet where you can put stickers on it to make it look like an actual tanker truck mode. But it's obviously still not gonna be great. But it does make it look cool and make it look like an actual tanker truck mode if you have the Repro Labels sticker sheet for this guy. And another thing that does fall apart is this. But there's like a huge hole here. And he does roll okay. I mean, he does still roll, but if you have these propellers like lined up correctly, which I don't know if I have them lined up correctly. Or if you have everything lined up correctly, he would roll really well. Just make sure that you have everything lined up correctly to see if he can roll really well. But he rolls like okay. But he does have some silver paint on the cab section for the front and on the sides here. And he does have a little bit more silver here. And again, the entire back section is all just a mess. And the way he rolls is he only rolls on these 4 wheels on the front, but on the back, these 2 here on the back only roll. But these here don't, because these are going to form his arms in robot mode. And that's about it for the Tankor truck mode. It just looks really bad. So to get him in robot mode, you're gonna remove these guns off of him. Untap these from this piece here. And you also want to remove it from this here from these 2 little pegs here. Like this clips into here from this piece. So once this is removed, you can now set this off to the side. And now you're left with this. So let's get him all transformed. So you want to take the cap here and, well, but before you slide it out, you have to separate it in half. And also untap the wings from halves of the cap. So once the cap and the wings from the plane mode is all separated, you can now extend back out these, which will become his legs. And you do want to flip out these to make his feet. And then you want to take the waist here and bring it up. Now for the arms here, you're gonna bring them back up, and then you want to bring them down on these hinge joints here. rotate them up. And then you want to untap these and bring them down. And then rotate his hands. And for the wings, you can angle them up. Well, for the wings, you can either angle them up like this, or you can bring them up all the way. I like to have them like this, and bring them out just about here. And for the shoulders, you can either have them like this, or you can have them like this, or even like this. However you want to position these, but I like to have them like this. Now for the head, you want to take this piece and slide it up, which will reveal his head, and then bring these back out. And you're done. And he does look a lot better in robot mode, but he still does have some issues with him. Like the only part that I don't like about him in robot mode is his hands, because as you can see, they just look really weird. Like, if you ever had like Generation 1 blast off, these hands should look familiar to you. Because him and G1 Blastoff does have the same, like, nose cone hand thing. Like, hands for the nose cone. But the rest of him does look really cool. And he does have some more purple exposed for his elbows. And of course his head. And he does have some white for his waist and his stomach here, along with some silver here. And also his eyes. I'm not sure if y'all can see it, but oh, there we go. You can barely see. His eyes are painted in red. And that's like about it. And for articulation, head does swivel, but it is a bit, but it is really limited. I'm just seeing if I didn't have his chest slide up all the way. But his head does swivel, but on mine it is a bit limited. And his shoulders are on ball joints, and you can move these wings out of the way. And they can move out on that joint there. And they also have a ball joint here. Elbows are on a ball joint. Hands do swivel. Legs are on a ball joint, and you can move this back piece up so that this can get out of the way when you're moving his legs. Thigh swivel, knee, which only bends about there. And that's it. And he can hold his weapons in both of his hands, but what you can also do with these is you can combine them together to make one gun. And to do that, these holes here can plug into the same pegs here. And there's one gun. And as for this piece that we removed, what this can do is you want to untap it from this little peg here. Like you want to push down on this piece, which will help untap this piece, and it will separate this in half. And you can open it up and it becomes like a claw weapon. And he does hold it in this handle here into his hands. And that's about it. So, final thoughts. The plane mode does look great, but it does have some issues to it. Like there are some robot mode kibble peeking out on the sides. And that blue thing on the back. And the tanker truck mode is like bad. Cause you have a lot of robot mode kibble showing up on the back, and also a huge gap on the back. And the robot mode does look really great, but my only problems with it is his hands just look really weird. Because if you ever had Generation 1 Blast Off, these should look familiar to you. And the head swivel on mine is a bit limited. I don't know if I had it slid up all the way. Yeah, I did had it slid up all the way. It's just really limited on mine. And also, I'm not a fan of this like claw weapon that he has. Because that just looks weird to me. So, Octane or Tankor is a okay figure. And I think that's about it. So, there you have it. Transformers Universe Tankor, or Octane. I'm gonna call him Octane, because this is clearly supposed to be Octane. And if you like this video, give me a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.